the next day. We've tilled again, one more time, after letting the dirt dry up overnight.
We're gonna make rows.
Now for the crappy part. We gotta make rows by hand.
Really?
So we're gonna get started on that, and we'll be back in a little bit. We ended up with 4 rows in this area. It's about 20 foot this way and about 64 foot long. So that's 4 64-foot rows that we just claimed from a useless lawn. And our plan at this point is to plant green beans as an early crop. And then when those are done, we're gonna plant our heirloom okra. And then over in that area, of course, that's where our tomatoes are gonna go. So I think we're gonna try to get those tomatoes in today. And if we do, then we're gonna add them to this video also. We're about to plant our tomatoes, and we've already got the mulch pulled back. You can see how the mulch in just a couple of weeks has already improved this soil. I'll be digging the hole with this fancy little gadget. I got this from Walmart or Lowe's or something. I don't know. It's a few years old, but it's made of stainless steel, and I love it. It's so much better than a trowel because it's got all these extra little added features. Oh, look at that guy. Whoops. Those 2 guys. Oh, I thought I cut it in half. Pretty good. When we plant tomatoes, Amy's already broken off. We had a couple little more stems here coming out like these, some of the little side branches. We've broken those off because tomatoes you plant deep. Up to 80% of the plant goes underground because every part of a tomato plant that touches the dirt makes roots. And the deeper you plant it, the stronger the root system. We got some secret recipe miracle tonic. So all I did was pinch that a little bit to loosen it from the container. And you can see it's kind of root bound. So we want to tease those roots out a little bit. Especially here on the bottom. And then we put it down deep into the hole. And I probably could have gotten this one even deeper. Some people like to lay the plant on its side and coming up out of the ground like that. I don't think that's necessary. That's just personal opinion. And this is more of that cheap cow manure and compost that we get from, I think we get this one from Stein. That's our local Ace Hardware. And I'm just putting that in the hole down there with the tomato. Try to push all the air out. And then I take the native soil and put back around over the top of that. Yeah, now that I'm looking at it, that probably should have been even deeper. But you get the idea. Then it's a matter of just putting the mulch back in place without pressing it too much up against the tomato plant. really all there is to it. Before we know it, that plant's going to be all over this cattle panel trellis that we put in. 12 tomato plants in. I should have mentioned these are champion tomatoes. They're an indeterminate variety, so they're going to vine all over this cattle panel. They were started by a local nursery. We didn't start these from seed. And we're going to come back later, and in between the tomatoes we're going to add some basil. Last year we did really well with the basil between the tomatoes. It helped to keep the bugs away.
We are done. Finally.
I hope you enjoyed gardening with us. We're done for today. We've got lots still to do. I hope you stay tuned and come along with us when we do more gardening. It should only be a few days from now. Because today is the first, well, tomorrow is the first official day of spring. And things are really greening up and warming up. And we've got a lot on the agenda.
And the bees are out and moving around.
Yep. So we will talk to you more in the comments.